First, let's introduce the Rams. Number 1, Everett Richmond. Number 2, Tyler Keegan. Number 3, Arthur Carlson. Number 5, Logan Donahue. Number 7, Ethan Tracy. Number 9, Bruce Hartcup. Number 10, Asen Hunt. Number 11, Dylan Kern. Number 12, Micah Bethel. Number 20, Preston Hyman. Number 23, Johnny Love. Number 24, Brandon Barrera. Number 26, Andrew Brown. Number 29, Zachariah Elder. Number 30, Luke Parton. 31, Mason Dunn. Number 33, Evan Weedy. Number 35, Max Othagera. And number 42, Christian Farrell. And now to introduce your Broncos. Number 7, Stetson Shafak. Number 13, Frankie Pellegrini. Number 15, Thomas Lonnie. Number 16, Avery Deacon. Number 19, Trent Sheridan. Number 25, Aiden Donovan. Number 27, Max Posehn. Number 29, Nathan Anderson. Number 30, Everett Sinbeck. Number 32, Ace Elliott. Number 33, Aaron Bryant. Number 34, Oliver Thompson. Number 35, Aiden Hall. Number 40, Phoenix Brown. Number 43, Leo Hansen. Number 44, Joe Reynolds. Number 47, Hudson.
Welcome to Bella Vista High School for an evening of lacrosse here in Fair Oaks, California. The final regular season home game for the Bella Vista Broncos tonight as they get set to take on the Rams of St. Mary's, a team that the JV squad actually had quite a bit of success with a few weeks ago in a decisive victory on April 12th. Before we get started, we are going to pause right now for the national anthem, and then we will soon get this game underway. All right, well, we are just moments away as the clock is counting down to just about a minute to go before we get started here at Bella Vista High School. George Tharlson, David Houseworth with you. Welcome to our broadcast tonight. And 15-1 was the final score when these two JV squads met a couple of weeks ago down in Stockton. Just early and often, this JV team for Bella Vista was, as I like to say, finding the back of the net.
You're right. Yeah, that's a big number. And a big differential as well. And excuse me, in talking with Zach Glenn, the coach, just before the game here, they thought they're going to today for BV more of the same, and quite honestly, get ready for Friday at Del Oro.
And that is the regular season finale this Friday. So we BV hoping obviously to pull out the victory again tonight, and then also wrap up the season with that victory on Friday night against the Golden Eagles of Del Oro. That game, by the way, in Loomis. The standard 5:30 and 7:30 start times.
It's a good thing tonight's games are not against the St. Mary's coaches. Take a look at them. There's some pretty big guys. I saw them out there during warm-up. And so, yeah, fortunately we're playing the black shirts of the St. Mary's team.
This one underway. So the Bella Vista, the JV squad, they are 7-7 on the year. Again, David, we saw them, we've seen them throughout the course of the season, but what a difference a season has made, because that first game against Rio Americano in February, they really struggled. And now things are coming together. I've been watching video throughout the course of the week, and it's just great to see how the passes are connecting now, how Lev Elliott has developed in goal. And, we obviously knew about Thomas Lonnie, but to see someone like Avery Deacon and Oliver Thompson, the way they've developed this year.
Yeah, weeks and weeks and weeks do that. And it's unfortunate that the season is so short, and that the warm-up period, the period of practice before the first game, it's unfortunate it is so short. Wouldn't it be great to be able to play like this for a lot of the season instead of just the last few weeks? But, it's got to fit in the school year. And, heck, just 60 days ago it was 30 degrees at night. And then, and the school year is going to end here real soon. So this is the only way. This is the only way it fits.
And after the senior night activities on Friday, the boys' game later tonight, the varsity game, that's going to be the final home game for the likes of Mateo Polanco and Joe Thomas and company. So we're ready to get underway here. Stetson Seepak is lining up against Bella Vista and using some of those football abilities there to drive his opponent back a little bit. But St. Mary's is going to get the control and got rid of the ball just before he stepped out of bounds. Micah Bechtel. And that's number 12 there. St. Mary's. The JV team in black. I have seen video of the varsity team wearing green, so we will see if that is the case tonight or if they do the Oregon Ducks thing and have varying uniforms. We'll see.
Just as long as it's not that neon yellow.
Well, if the numbers are big and dark, I'm okay with that. Tyler Teagan. Teagan, a couple of ground balls and one shot against Bella Vista on 4-12. Again, St. Mary's only scored one goal in that game. They're doing a good job maintaining this possession here. And just as I say that, Everest Rishwain, who was the goal scorer on the 12th, has a little difficulty there. His goal was kind of interesting too, David. I don't know if you saw the video of that. It looked like Levis had stopped it, but I guess maybe he didn't control it, and it went off of his stick and into the goal.
Yeah, a lot of times, that big hard lacrosse ball, a lot of times it'll get spin on it when it hits something. And so quite easy for it. A nice shot.
Oliver Thompson opens the scoring here for Bella Vista with a nice shot about 10 yards out, and the Broncos take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, top left corner with his left hand.
So for Oliver Thompson, that is goal number 19 on the season. He is third on the team in scoring. And the Broncos seemingly picking up right where they left off on April 12th.
Yeah, they were down on the Broncos were down on offense for, was it both of those seconds, or 3, or maybe 4, but not even a chance to get it all the way around before the shot got taken. And why not? He was in position. It was a good shot.
So that was very quick strike there, and we may be running with a running clock here, because I thought I saw it running just as the before they blew the whistle on the face-off. But we'll check that.
BV's got numbers down deep. It's 3-on-2 down deep.
This is Mason Anderson. He's going to launch one from distance.
He had our guy right here on the left side of the crease was open. That shot was taken from 12 or more, but we had 4-4 down here right near the pipe. That's where the ball should have gone.
Dylan Kearns is the goalie. He had 6 saves, facing 21 shots on goal against Bella Vista in the earlier matchup between these two schools.
Good ground ball. He's got his guy right there. Yep.
Preston Heinitz. And Teagan has a little difficulty handling there, so Bella Vista is going to take possession back over. So thank you for joining us for the final regular season live stream. We will be back actually a week from tomorrow night for the Oak Stick Classic, the boys and the girls. Looking forward to that one. And we'll have an all-star crew here in the booth. We'll have everybody.
Pack the house.
Yes, indeed. There's Reynolds. Aaron Bryan trying to chase that one down. Aaron Bryan very quietly has been having a really good year for Bella Vista. 22 ground balls on the season, including 4 against Rio, that back when they opened. He's also forced 5 turnovers on the year. And here he's playing midfield on the attack. And there's you-know-who taking a shot.
Pretty good double team that came down from the midi on him there, which, got to his stick and interrupted the quality of his shot.
Stetson Seepak with the red band on the back of the helmet and the compression sleeve on the left leg. Cutting in front, cannot connect with Max Posehn.
See, when the attackman cuts on this side, the far side attackman should rotate behind the goal. They should just rotate as a group so that we've got a guy to back up there.
They're calling that a shot. It sure looked to me like they were trying to pass it to Posehn.
Yep.
In fact, it looks like he's dropping it now, giving it to St. Mary's. So, yeah, that makes more sense.
Ball down.
Loose ball. Avery Deacon was his first touch of the game. Lonnie once again. We've talked a lot about who is likely to get the call next year on varsity, especially with Polanco and Thomas among those that are graduating. There's Oliver Thompson with another shot. Kearns equal to the task. Lonnie figures to join the attack of the varsity squad next year.
Ref's time to fix the goal right there. That last play that we saw BV run right there, we've seen that before from them. It got the midi open well, and a little better shot placement, that'd have been a goal too. But so we may see that. So we saw 2 guys go across the right, set the pick. Driver comes across from the right to the left. We'll see if we see that again.
Rams on the move. Working the ball to the left. Rish Wayne. He'll take a shot. And that should be Bella Vista possession. Great hustle by Lev Elliott. Again, you just can't say enough. I know I bring it up a lot, but you can't say enough about the job he's done in goal and how he has developed from someone who had not played the position before.
Goalie's hard to play.
Here's Pellegrini. Sends it off to Bryan. They spin it over to the right side. There's Lonnie.
So that midi help wouldn't have been there if he'd have driven left that time. The midi help was really high. The helper midi was far away.
So 1 rotation complete. Pellegrini on the attack. He scored his first goal of the season against St. Mary's a couple of weeks ago. Reynolds, he'll take the shot. That one may have gotten a piece of Dylan Kearns. St. Mary's will keep possession. There's a cutting player. It's Oliver Thompson. Nice save at point blank range by Dylan Kearns.
Again, need a little better shot placement, and that would have gone in. There was a lot of open goal there.
That's a good pass and a good catch right there by Micah Bechtel. And he has help. This is Teagan. Max Oseguera. And they find Teagan. St. Mary's back out in front. That is a good look. Right out in front of the net. Evan Guidi was not able to come up with that. There goes Phoenix Brown.
Got 2-7 on the crease. Look at him. 2-7, 2-7, 2-7, 2-7. A long, long pass, but he's still open.
Here's
Nice
Reynolds.
Good look. Good defense.
Looks like a deflection off the stick of a defender first, and that will be picked up by Bella Vista on the end line. Reynolds once again. He's out in front. He's got a chance. Did that go in? Yes, a score for Bella Vista. Joseph Reynolds.
St. Mary's 4-2 could have played that a little differently and could have put that smaller BV attackman just on his back, or even just a couple fists in his chest and change the pace of the drive on that goal. Looking at films, be able to point that out for him, play that a little differently.
By the way, they did start the game by putting 10 minutes on the clock for the first quarter. Normally they've been doing 12 minutes, so I guess they wanted to shorten the JV game a little bit.
Not okay.
Especially since they've been doing it that way all season. Last game of the year. Well, last home game of the year for Bella Vista.
Any game. Oh, got to take that with you. No, every game should be the game. Don't imagine they would do that at football or basketball.
Well, I know that in football, the high school, the quarters are 12 minutes for varsity, and JV, they are 10 minutes. But they've been playing 12-minute quarters for JV all year. And so why we change it for the last home game, I don't know.
Right. The refs sometimes want to shorten this game and get the varsity, make sure the varsity game starts on time. But each game is unique. It's its own thing. It stands on its own. And in the books, the game is 12 minutes.
And you've been on the sideline before. You've been managing it. Is it really that big a deal to start at 7:45 instead of 7:30?
Not to me. It's just convenience for some people. And if the game can't start till late, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And then the whole game is played. That first whole game is played, and then the second whole game is played.
So if I were king of California CIF lacrosse, it's 12-minute quarters for both JV and varsity. And by the way, I've got more. But Lonnie's got the ball right now. Comes loose. He's going to try and scoop it up.
Yeah, I think the only reason to shorten a game would be, lightning and civil unrest.
Yeah. Lonnie! Nice save again by Dylan Kearns. So 12-minute equal length quarters for JV and varsity. Running clock rules when the score gets out of hand. I'm okay with that.
Right.
For JV, if it's tied at the end of regulation, let them play in overtime. One overtime period before you declare it a tie. And then you keep going for varsity.
Yeah. Just keep the games crisp as they play. Start the JV on time. Keep the half times accurate. Keep the timeouts accurate. Keep everything crisp, and it can fit. And if the JV needs an overtime, let them have one. And does that need to be a little shorter? Maybe that's not how. I honestly forget how long overtimes are.
They're 4 minutes.
Gosh.
I would say give them 1 6-minute overtime period. Sudden death.
Yeah.
And so that's. So I think we've solved a lot, David.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure the CIF will be calling us tomorrow. But we watched the
nice
out in front. Oh, and the ball comes loose. That was Teagan that took the shot.
He was just up here top right a second ago.
Now he's playing the left in the Polanco position. We got the whistle. And it's going to stay with St. Mary's.
BV 4-8 backing out of the ground ball fight. Makes a lot of sense. All the other guys on the entire that side of the field were over at the ground ball, but having a BV defender back toward the goal makes great sense. Good awareness. Ashton
Gottschalk, he has had a really good year as a defender this year. This is Ethan Tracy. I think, no, actually it's Well, I'm not sure if that's a 1 or a 7. Looks like a 7 to me. Confirmed 7. That's Ethan Tracy. Good defense there by Stetson Seepak. You can tell those football players, they're not afraid to go and shove.
Yeah, he pushed him well back, but also got himself out of position. If the St. Mary's were effective stick handlers, they could have taken advantage of that. That's a
wrist Wayne.
He had a guy toward the crease.
And instead he passed it to the right. We've got 14.8 seconds to go in the opening quarter. This is Mason Anderson right now. He's just going to jog it up forward. The first quarter is going to come to an end here.
Can't cross. Now he can.
At Bella Vista, it is 2-0 in favor of the Broncos. And the Broncos with goals by Oliver Thompson right around the 9-minute mark. And then Joe Reynolds dots the back of the net at 3:23 to go in the opening quarter. It's a 2-0 lead for the Bella Vista Broncos. They've done a pretty good job of maintaining possession. St. Mary's has had their own opportunities, but they haven't gotten the ball in the net yet.
I thought I was going to sneeze, but I guess I'm not.
Okay.
St. Mary's, it's kind of slow on offense, and although they fed the crease a couple times, which looks good and is an excellent play, then BB's though playing good defense against them, and then BB's offense, of course, they had the quick strike and the other good shot too for that, and again that BB has run that play where from the top side, sweep from the top right to the top left. I think we'll see that again. So
certainly will. So 2-0 lead here at the end of the first quarter. We were talking about the ties and the overtime and everything like that. Last night in the girls' home finale against Christian Brothers, Bella Vista had a 4-goal lead at halftime. They were outscored in the second half by 4 goals. So it ends in a 9-9 tie. Abby Wigglesworth of Christian Brothers scored all 9 goals for Christian Brothers.
Wow, that's great.
So she said, Mateo Polanco and Matthew Bunny and Julia Thomas, you can have your 8-goal games. I'm going to go out and score 9.
Well, we'll have to look up and see if she's headed anywhere for college.
Well, this was actually the JV game.
Was it? Okay.
So she's got a couple of years on varsity, but I'm sure that there are colleges already looking at her.
Could be.
So, she was very, very impressive last night. And speaking of impressive, even though the varsity did lose to Christian Brothers yesterday, they gave them a good fight. Great year for the Bella Vista girls team. They close it all out tomorrow in Roseville. 10-5 on the year. It's their first 10-win season, either in a long time or ever.
Yeah, that's great.
So kudos to Scott Hackman and the crew on the girls' side. And a lot of the boys' players were out at the game last night, showing their support. Hopefully, we'll see some of the girls out here tonight for the regular season finale. Of course, it's in the middle of the week as school is wrapping up, but still be kind of fun. Especially since there's a lot on the line for Bella Vista. If nothing else, they want to avenge that loss from earlier in the season. Here come the Broncos. That's a nice pass underneath, and then maybe could have just taken the shot there, but Reynolds saw Seepak right in front of the net, and we've got possession. Looks like it's going to go to St. Mary's. By the way, they put 12 minutes on the clock for the second quarter, even though he played 10 in the first. So that's kind of interesting what we've got going on here. Nice shove. So not sure. I saw the 10 minutes on the clock to begin the first quarter. I don't know if they upped it, but now it looks like they're playing 12 minutes for this quarter.
Yeah, going to play 12 here.
Okay. Hopefully that's the case the rest of the way. Seepak.
Good check.
That is a good check. And that was Christian Farrow that was there that got some contact and denied the shot opportunity for Stetson Seepak.
Is that about the 4th shot or so that the St. Mary's has got a piece of before it's gotten to the goal? So that's they're doing a good job of that.
St. Mary's, by the way, they are 0-6 and 0-5 in the Delta League the JV team. So they would like to come away with a win. Here, there's a shot and a score for Avery Deacon.
Goal Broncos.
Top right on that one.
Broncos now up 3-0 for Avery Deacon. That's goal number 30 this year. And he is the second leading scorer on the team behind Thomas Lonnie's 35. And so it's a 3-0 lead now for Bella Vista. One more game to go after this one for the Broncos. They will be at Del Oro on Friday. In Loomis, great way to start your weekend. Come on out to Loomis and check out the final lacrosse match of the year for both the JV and the varsity. This is
Look at
Rishwain.
that. Good feet. Good stick handling, too. Not a big guy, but look, he's fleet.
Posehn has the defense on him. And he's in the right place at the right time to find the loose ball. Max Posehn, speaking of having a really good freshman year for Bella Vista, he's there. Out front,
Nice,
Stetson
nice, good
Seepak. And the Broncos lead 4-0.
Number 7, Stetson Seepak.
You see how Seabach, he took a split second. He caught that ball. He looked at the goal and took a split second, and you could tell he's finding the place to put it. And that's, again, mentioned before, shot placement. Instead of grabbing it, turning, and just, oh my God, I got to shoot. No, turn, look, where's the goalie? Where's the goalie not? I'll put it here. And that's
Nifty
what he
pass
did.
also from Max Posehn.
Yep.
So 2 goals in this quarter within a span of 23 seconds. St. Mary's wins the face-off.
Help across.
Bruce
There it
Hardcastle, he is their face-off guy. Has actually had a really good game against Bella Vista in terms of winning the face-offs. He won the majority of them. Broncos obviously recovered well en route to the 15-1 win. Broncos forced the turnover there and are ready to make the move.
Nice. It's good ball handling there between the group. Oh, he had Seabach on the crease.
Thomas Lonnie. He'll work off a screen from Seepak.
Kind of a moving one, but they didn't call it. Lonnie, oh my God.
That's a Thomas Lonnie shot. Thomas Lonnie with goal number 36 on the year. 9:29 to go, and it is now 5-0 Bella Vista.
A little bit of a breakdown on the St. Mary's defense there. He should not have gotten open like that, or just maybe some miscommunication about who should have whom.
Well, and as the Red Sea parted, that is such a great look for Thomas Lonnie there, and there's no way he's going to not take that shot.
Yeah,
there's a double negative for you.
Right. Now what we want to see over the summer, before the next season for Lonnie there, is get that shot be a little crisper, a little snappier.
Well, one of the things I like about what Bella Vista did this year is they played a fall campaign, and I'm sure that a lot of these guys, they may actually play some over the summer too. So there will be lots of opportunities to do that.
Yeah, I know the fall season that has happened in the past was excellent. It was just play and just get reps and reps and reps, and it's really helpful.
Broncos come up with the loose ball here. And a whistle. Looks like it'll stay with Bella Vista.
Well, there's a flag down on the far side. I missed it.
Yeah, so it'll go to St. Mary's, and that's Everest Rishwain. He is easy to spot. Not only is he number 1, but those bright green gloves.
So St. Mary's made up. I said, look, they're running the play.
And they've got 4 people charging the crease.
And
And
nice
then
shot.
on the
Good crank
outside,
shot.
that's a score for Ethan Tracy. So the 4 guys charging the crease with the decoy get Ethan Tracy open on the outside, and he went underneath to get that shot and put St. Mary's on the board.
Yeah, 4 guys cutting just drew the defense down at the goal and left him all alone up top. It's a good design if the defense isn't paying attention. And so Now you flood you flood 4 guys down there. They've all got to be covered, and so leaves a guy up top. But BV needs to. Now they've seen it once. They need to pay attention to that.
Broncos have it. That's Seapock. Lonnie.
Good feet. Good feet.
Oh, he's got another opportunity here. Great check on the outside.
Maybe he'll waited a little too long.
Mason Dunn.
Good find.
Want to give the right credit. That's Evan Guidi that had the check. That's Ace Elliott seeing some action, and he was the one that actually forced that turnover. That's Lev's older brother. Hasn't had much of a chance to play this year, but it's good to see him on the field. Frankie Pellegrini on the move.
Oh, he paid the price there. You don't want to drive too close to 4-1, do you?
Yeah,
he won't do that again.
Big guy, not on the roster. Elliott's going to go ahead and chase this one down.
So a little coaching moment there for the BV Midi who drove in there. It's like as you get 4 and 5 steps away from that guy, you're going to realize I want to stay away from him. So I need to move in such a way that I don't get close to him because I don't want that matchup body to body. I might be quicker than he is, but I'm not bigger.
Aaron Bryan comes up with that one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's Lonnie. That one goes wide. Bella Vista to keep possession, 7:31 to go.
Again, Lonnie's growth for the offseason, little crisper shot. That shot was pretty darn wide, and he had lots of time to line it up. So just something to drill on, and to be able to shoot around that. He had that big screen, then 4-1 again, big screen. So now the goalie can't see it. Great opportunity to use him as a screen and shoot around him.
So we got a timeout here, and we have 7:31 to go in the first half of play. Bella Vista with the 5-1 lead. St. Mary's just getting one back after the Broncos scored the first 5, but it was a nifty execution of the play that they ran, where they had 4 people charge the net and left Ethan Tracy out up top, and he had an opening, took advantage of it, and got it past Lev Elliott for their first score. So we'll see if St. Mary's tries to keep doing that. Obviously, they lost 15-1 to Bella Vista. They have not won yet this year, but they've been working. Obviously, they've continued to work, and a lot of these guys are young. They're starting their careers freshmen. Lots of freshmen on this JV squad. In fact, I count, just doing a quick eye count, I see 4 sophomores. I see 1 junior. The rest are freshmen. So a young team. And certainly a winless season, if it ends that way for them, is nothing to be discouraged about at this stage. It's something to build on.
It sure is. And I tell you what, looking at them and the way they handle the ball, and some of their guys, they could step up for next year and be a credible team as a group. You could see some raw talent out there, raw capability that with a little repetition and refinement, they could get a bunch better.
So we'll resume play here. And that back line for St. Mary's, you mentioned it, lots of size. Christian Farrow, Mason Dunn, number 31 there, and our friend number 41, whose name we don't have, but we'll see what we can find out at halftime. Here's Avery Deacon once again. Would not be surprised to see Avery Deacon on the varsity next year. Hossein. Nobody for Bella Vista at midfield.
See how Hossein matched up body to body with that defender, and the defender sent him out.
And Everett Standbach with the hustle to get to that ball first. He had to charge a good 20 yards, 25 yards from where he was to get there, but he was the first one there. Lonnie.
This will be a right-handed shot.
Lonnie.
He didn't want it.
Swim move. Finds the loose ball. There's Reynolds.
Good grab.
And the Broncos will bring it back out.
Shot.
Posehn has the chance.
Yes,
and Max Posehn finds a spot on the scoreboard.
Top left.
That is his first goal, and that is his 10th goal of the year. I think at 10 goals, Dad's supposed to buy him ice cream tonight or something.
Baskin Robbins right down the street.
There you go.
I stopped in at the Baskin Robbins at, is that Greenback? Greenback and Hazel with the big Rayleighs. Stopped in there years ago. You know, I'm a big fan of the ice cream cones. I walk in there, and there's my old face-off guy in there.
Oh, wow.
Nelson Lund, who, if you drive around Fair Oaks, you'll see his name and face on the real estate signs now.
Okay.
Joined his mom, and they are the Lund team. And you will often see them on the real estate signs.
Now, did he make your ice cream for you, or was he
did.
getting ice
He
cream?
did.
Okay.
No, he was working there. Hadn't seen him in a while. It was good to see him.
That was cool.
Several years ago. He might have still been the school year, later in the school year. It was a decent shot.
There's Rishwain, that is. And Lev Elliott calmly secures that possession. And Everett's stand back. There's some good interference by Joseph Reynolds as the ball keeps rolling around. High into the air. No one can find it.
So you don't want to get in a body fight with the St. Mary's guys. They've been winning every time the bodies match up. Good check.
And Lonnie won't be able to chase that one down. 5:23 to go. First quarter. Broncos. 6 goals on the board, scored by 6 different people.
St. Mary's took a timeout block here. St. Mary's took that ball. Ball got across midfield. Ground ball fight. St. Mary's pushed Beebe back. Beebe picked it up, and then that trail check, sent the ball out of bounds. So, decent fight in the St. Mary's defense.
So goals for Bella Vista tonight from Thompson, Reynolds, Deacon, Seapock, Lonnie, and Posehn. So 6 goals, 6 different goal scorers.
Oh, you gotta love to see that.
I know that coaches in all kinds of sports like to see balanced scoring like that.
You bet.
So the Broncos and the Rams are kind of talking things up right now as the season is making its way towards the end.
This song is played in my gym class very, very often. It makes me feel like I need to be doing crunches right now or something.
Well,
she works us hard.
And so far it's turned out to be a good, afternoon for Bella Vista.
Right, it is. And again, talking with the coach beforehand, Coach Glenn, before the game, honestly, they're kind of looking through this game to the next one. And we can see why, but BB's going to want to use this as a good drill night. We want to be able to do this. We want to be able to do that. We want to be able to do this and that. So here we go. Here we want to ride. We want to have an effective ride. Not bad.
Teagan with possession.
So now they want to drill the defense. BB's only got 5 guys down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to play that with 6.
Does this mean someone's out of position? There's no one in the penalty box.
They didn't notice. They came in after a timeout, and they haven't noticed. There's only 5 guys.
And the crowd has noticed too, and is starting to call that out.
It's kind of something you need to go through so often, and it takes a committee to really run the game on the coaching, in the bench for the coaches to make sure there's enough guys out there and the right guys. And so when you break the huddle on the timeout, it's okay. Here's who's going. Smith, Jones, Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, Smith, and Jones, or whatever. Or, you're the guys who are out now, and just so we're all clear. So.
And St. Mary's turns it over, so Bella Vista will get the possession. They did ultimately get the 6th player on the field. Here's Oliver Thompson, scored the first goal of the game for Bella Vista.
Fleet.
It was his 30th of the year. Here's the shot.
Pipe.
We'll check that for Thompson. It was his 19th. Deacon got his 30th.
He did a good job of dodging the big defenseman, though. I think it was 31. He made the dodge. He altered his path, so he got around him instead of having to pay the price. Good luck.
Lonnie again. The underhanded shot goes wide. Bella Vista to keep possession.
Might have thought that would have been black.
Broncos varsity players are arriving for the second game of our doubleheader tonight.
Nice dodge.
Reynolds!
Nice.
And he scores as the flag flies.
It was good to keep his wits about him. He was in close, and there was lots of traffic right there, and he could imagine he was going to pay the price, but he just stood there, ready to take it. Kept his wits and lined up his shot for the goal and had good placement for it.
Second goal of the game for Joseph Reynolds. And for him, goals 15 and 16 on the year tonight.
Yeah, so the penalty call is /1 minute enforced. So they've got a man down face off for St. Mary's, man up for BV.
So Hardcastle is the face-off specialist for St. Mary's. He'll line up against Stetson Seepak. It was 14 of 19 Hardcastle was against Bella Vista in the earlier matchup.
It's a good draw for him there. Got to have that.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's on varsity next year, depending on what their face-off specialist situation is with the those that will be returning.
So man down offense for St. Mary's. They have 5 guys. BV has 6.
Rish Wayne with the green gloves.
So BV could take advantage of this. BV has an extra guy down there. Smart for it. Look at what St. Mary's doing is they're keeping it far away. And they're just killing time. Nice move. Now here goes 2 guys on BV. He should have kept going. Should have kept going. That's where he could have got away from both of them.
They do force the bad pass that comes back out near midfield. Still loose there. Big scrum of people trying to track this one down.
Now St. Mary's is even.
Mason Anderson. His attempted pass deflected. Still a battle for possession. Aaron Bryan comes up with it, and it's probably failure to advance.
It is.
Ethan Tracy, the only goal so far for St. Mary's.
A lot of movement by St. Mary's on the offense. See 2 4 cuts down. See 3 guys switch places.
Tracy to goal line extended. Looks to find a cutter right out in front. Teagan was there. Broncos control the loose ball.
Decent pass.
Seepak. Ace Elliott's right there to kind of sweep that one forward. Into the waiting stick of Avery Deacon. Pellegrini. Rishwain meets him.
Good check.
Forces the ball loose. Brandon Barrera. And Micah Bechtel, and we've got a whistle.
Timeout black.
So you get 2 per half, right?
Yes.
So that'll be the second one that St. Mary's is going to take.
So about 41 seconds left in the quarter gives St. Mary's an opportunity to run a play. we've seen them run a play on their man up. So, could it be they have another one to be able to call right here? Again, the last possession they were down here, we saw quite a bit of movement by their guys. So they might be able to get somebody open by confusing the defense that way.
So good look there of the centerpiece, I guess, of the field here, the Bella Vista Bronco logo.
If we get a view of the St. Mary's bench here, we got the coach pointing here, pointing there, pointing here, pointing there. He's directing some guys. He's looking to create some movement and some motion here.
And David Askin, you shall receive.
Yeah. Well, that's the game within the game. I mean, they called the timeout for this purpose, which is to make a plan. And so he's down there telling the guys, okay, you go here, you go there. You be the Coke, you be the piece of glass, and you be the bottle cap. And, on the snap of the ball, you go here and you go there.
So the last time they called a timeout is when they ran the four-man sprint to the goal.
Well, that was a man up, I think.
Oh, okay.
So there was a brief stop and play, but that may have been the standard man up for them. We'll have to see. So, here's a chance for us to kind of watch the black shirts on the restart. 41 seconds, 40.8. We got the ball here top left. See some movement by two guys. And if we just kind of peel our eyes back and watch all the black shirts all at once, they're pretty spread out. Look how high one is. Didn't work.
That's Trent Sheridan that comes up with the ball. And now Avery Deacon.
About 15 seconds.
Right out in front. Here's a chance. Oh, my goodness.
Through the fake, though. That was the right thing to do.
Dylan Kearns definitely has a future as a goalie. He's been playing goalie all year, and certainly he saw 15 go past him against Bella Vista earlier this year. But he's made some incredible saves today and even in that game as he faced an onslaught of shots against Bella Vista a couple of weeks ago. That brings us to the end of the first half here at Bella Vista, and again, a good first half for Bella Vista. Reynolds has scored 2, and then you've got Thompson, Deacon, Seapock, Lonnie, and Posehn each with 1. That's quite a law firm going on.
That is right. There, don't go against those guys. They can gang up on you.
Yeah, you don't want that. So just some thoughts as we enter the final home half for the JV squad this season. We've seen them really develop this year.
They have, and again today they wanted to do kind of more of the same. I think they've reached the place where they're comfortable where they've gotten to, and so they're showing it here, and so more of the same here in this half. Good defense, some decent defense, pretty darn good clearing too. So they're just getting themselves ready for Friday.
Indeed, Bella Vista. When we say Friday, the Broncos will be taking on the Del Oro Golden Eagles in the regular season finale. And for St. Mary's, just kind of eyeballing their schedule, their regular season finale is on the 26th as well, as they will be taking on Rio Americano. It says that they are at Rio, so the varsity game will be at 3:30. The JV game will be at 5:30 because, well, Rio doesn't have lights, so they play them in the afternoon. We got to do that, which that had to be a kind of a different experience, I guess, for the varsity players because they're used to having it be almost dark when they start.
You're right. It changes the cadence, and it can mess things up. But you get home and away. Everyone gets home and away, and if you don't have lights, that's what has to be done. But yeah, the JV guys got to get out of school early. BV guys, right? But the parents got to arrange the transportation. It's all different. The varsity guys, if they play at 5, they have to be there at 3:30, 3, something like that. They got to be there early too. So it's right after school. Are you really ready? It's just the normal cadence is what you'd prefer. But again.
Most of the time, the Bella Vista players provide their own transportation to the road games. There are a few exceptions. The long trips, like to Stockton, they will get a bus.
Okay.
The afternoon games, if you go play over at Jesuit at 3:30, or you play Rio Americano at 3:30, they get a bus for that. And I don't know that all schools do that, but I know that's what Bella Vista does. and yeah, you get out of school early. You then get on the bus at a specific time. You have to stay through both games because they all travel together. It's one family, and I think that's great for team building, the way they do that. And then for those of us that have kids that can drive, they just leave the car there and then they drive themselves home.
Right.
And for us, last year when he didn't drive, then we were in that other boat. If your kid doesn't drive or maybe doesn't have access to the car, then you got to go and wait for the bus to get back to Bella Vista to pick them up and take them home. So it's all part of a routine. It's communicated very well, and that's how it works. And they've been able to make it to every game they needed the bus for. So.
Yeah, any games that I ever played, the only thing I knew was taking the team bus. And you're right about the team building. That's just what you do. The team goes together, and these days it's different. And but yeah, a great opportunity when you go together as a team.
And they did that. I know they did that for St. Mary's. They did that for Rio, and they did that for the game at Davis. And they have the tradition that everybody likes after the game, where they stop at a certain well-known burger place here in California that everybody just loves. They stop at In-N-Out on the way back.
Did it happen to be right by the interstate? Because every single one of them is.
Well, if convenience,
right?
What do they say? Location. And but I think the guys just like going there. They like In-N-Out. What was interesting about Stockton is when we got off the interstate to head over to St. Mary's, I think we passed 2 In-N-Outs on the way, and they stopped at the one closer to the interstate. And it was funny because it was right across the street from where my wife and I had stopped to have dinner, and so we saw the bus in there and everything like that. They had a great time. Although the outcome of the varsity game wasn't what they were looking for, but still, those are going to be the memories that they have that are going to last with them for a lifetime. How they handling or working together, doing the traveling, getting to know each other, and things like that.
The bus is it's an important part of being a group. You travel together. Everyone goes together, and we all go through it the same. We get there the same way, and then for the coach, we know before we even leave that everyone's here. Yep. You've already got them gathered.
That's true,
and it gives you a lot of confidence. You just, again, as a coach, you want to be in control of all of this. We're here to win, and so we want to control of every piece. And one of those pieces is making sure everybody's here, everybody's ready. They're kind of conditioned, if you will, on the way down, and you can run and again, you have the group together the whole time. An hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, before you even arrive.
So we've got, we did just see on the screen a few moments ago, the varsity team is out taking advantage of the break here at halftime to get some warm-ups here. Several players are making their final appearance in a varsity game here at Bella Vista High School. The seniors that were recognized on Friday night. They had the senior night on Friday night. The band was here. It was a great atmosphere actually last Friday night, and we said goodbye, I guess, to the seniors, and then here they are back with more here in the final game of the year. So and there they are again. You can see them right now. They are warming up on the field here, getting their shots in. St. Mary's is doing the same at the other end of the field, and we can confirm for you that the Rams varsity team will be wearing green. At least that's what it looks like, and kind of that Kelly green that is part of their school colors. So we're looking forward to the varsity game tonight. It'll be very interesting to see how Bella Vista responds to that disappointing loss earlier this season. The 1-goal loss in Stockton, where Bella Vista had the game under control, but then it kind of slipped away at the end. And those things happen, and they're never easy to deal with.
Well, and earlier in the season too, BB had that, a few times, I think. But
Christian Brothers
that
was one.
Yeah, but that was
Over
then.
there.
This is now, and we'll want to see them, overcome that. I think they're a little different now.
Yes, they are.
They may not face that.
And I think that's the case with both the JV team and the varsity team. Both have made significant strides this year as the season has gone forward, and it's really, really been fun to watch this team develop and get better, and work on the areas where they need to work on, and then just enhance the areas where they are at their best. And so we will look forward to the varsity game. We know that St. Mary's in the previous matchup really put the pressure on Mateo Polanco, so it will be incumbent. We mentioned that here in the JV game that several different players have scored 7 goals, 6 different goal scorers, and that has been a huge thing for the JV team tonight. The Broncos varsity team is going to need to, I guess, diversify the portfolio a little bit tonight. And if they're able to do that, then that could ultimately open up Polanco to get a few more shots as well.
Yeah, they'll always best, just like the JV's doing right now, always best to get multiple shooters, and the defense has to pay attention to everybody. Hopefully the varsity has worked on that. They'll be able to perform that this evening. Because we may see St. Mary's focus on the primary shooters for BV.
So Mateo Polanco, by the way, 49 goals for the season, continues to be a record. 132 career goals. So those are some of the milestones that he is looking at this year. Matthew Bunny, 75 career goals. He'll look to add to that total, and of course he'll be back next year. And at least as the varsity goes, here's a little note for the next game that we've got coming up. BV's last win over St. Mary's was on March 12th, 2019.
Wow.
It was in Stockton, and it was a 6-5 Broncos win. The teams actually played 3 times that year, with St. Mary's winning the other 2, including a playoff game. So
that's a long drought.
That is definitely a long drought. Times were different back then. That was before COVID.
Right.
The current Bella Vista seniors were in 7th grade.
Yeah, and I was just thinking that the seniors that year, if they'd gone to college and did it all in 4, they're done already.
That's right. All right. That seemed like a long halftime. Maybe making up for the 2 minutes they shaved off the first quarter. I think that's Joseph Reynolds taking the draw for Bella Vista this time. Seepak has been in the circle in the first half. Hardcastle. And this is Rishwain. Mason Anderson with the defensive assignment on Rishwain. Teagan outside for Tyler Teagan. And Evan Guidi, number 32.
Uh-oh.
That one either got out of the stick wrong or there was contact.
Nice job on the long stick clear there. He started upfield, saw it was crowded, backed out, got himself some open space, and then looked for the help.
That was Mason Anderson with the pass. Joe Reynolds, he finds Pellegrini. Pellegrini was just about ready to wind up. Tried to get his second goal of the season. First one actually came against St. Mary's on April 12th.
He actually tried to dish that, which was
Heinitz. And that's too tall for Ethan Tracy. Bella Vista will take possession. 10:42 to go, third quarter.
That long stick can be a little hard to handle. You're moving fast. You got people all around you. You're trying to get that pass away, and it can be hard to make that accurate.
Lev Elliott.
You see how he's reading? He started to go. He found the open guy. Upfield. Just go upfield.
This is Mason Anderson. We know he likes to run the ball. That's a trip. No call. Actually, no, there is a call. Sorry, I do see the flag now.
This is the first BV man up, I think. And boy, they had a couple of guys open down to the pipes.
Broncos take it back. Oliver Thompson.
BV still got 40 seconds on their man up.
Everett
right
Steinbach.
there. Dish it right there. Dish it right there. Oh my God, this is good. BV guy number, what is that, 7? Wide open.
And now Seapak is double teamed near the crease. But he's still hanging out there, right out in front.
About 18 seconds.
This is Thomas Lonnie. He's looking for his opportunity. They force him all the way around the horn.
He had 3 guys. Should be able to find somebody open.
Pellegrini.
And penalty's about to release. There it goes.
Rich Wayne making his way back out onto the field.
So yeah, St. Mary's able to kill the penalty. Good for them.
Stanbach into traffic. He still got it. And then it got checked away at the last minute. Stanbach looking for his first goal of the season still. Posehn! He scores!
Goal Broncos.
Max Posehn, 11th goal of the season, second goal of this game. And it is now 8-1 in favor of Bella Vista.
He had to grind his way in there, and he did. Nice job.
8:53 to go. Would not surprise me at all to see Max Posehn on the varsity next year. We will see. I mean, I'm not making the coaches' decisions. I'm just talking about the guys that have really had a solid year. And that's not to say that the ones that will return to the JV squad have not. But you know, you've seen some of the guys that have really shown this year that they have the they may have what it takes to be at the varsity level next year. Time and tryouts will tell. But in the meantime, it's fun to speculate.
Right. And easy to see who's now. Was it the call release? Oh, sorry.
This is Leo Hansen. Hansen on the move.
4-on-3 for a moment. Gotta catch him.
Posehn's going to try and chase it down.
They called it white. He doesn't know it's his ball. Oh.
They call a push, or are they giving it back to?
Yep.
And it is Bella Vista ball. He must not have touched it.
I thought he did, and judging by his behavior after the whistle, he thought he was going to be on defense, I believe, and didn't realize it. Ref had called white.
Reynolds.
Good crisp shot.
And Seapak chases it down, so Bella Vista keeps possession. You know who.
See, there's probably a little movie on that screen.
Lonnie,
there you go.
He scores.
Goal Broncos.
Second goal of the game for Thomas Lonnie, number 37 on the year.
You change elevation on that shot. He shot it from his shoulder down onto the ground, and what the goalie sees is a guy moving pretty quickly and a lot of traffic in front of it. The goalie also sees a lot of traffic in front of himself, and then now the ball goes from high to low. That's a good placement for that shot.
So the Broncos just continuing to pour it on here.
So if for Lonnie's development, and even here tonight, do that faster. Drive that ball faster.
Hardcastle.
Ball down.
I always feel for the players when the ball does that. They're trying to pass or shoot, and it comes out the back of the stick. Almost as like there's a hole in the netting or something.
Yeah. That's just something you have to learn is control of the ball, no matter what orientation your stick is in. That just takes time and time and time. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Like that.
And Hardcastle will go find a loose ball.
BV guy could have made a sudden stop on that. Just had the defender wrapped all around him. Just suddenly stop. The defender will take that extra step, freeing your hands to make that a quality pass.
St. Mary's. The unidentified long stick, number 41.
Right on the crease. He found him.
Gottschalk. Seepak was there.
Chase it, chase it, chase it. It's going off you.
Keegan controls it.
Good find on that clear. Yeah.
And that one's just too tall. Overcast day with the sun peeking through here at Bella Vista. Almost felt like it was going to rain today.
Looks like it off in the distance. It's dark.
Let's get through this game first. Standbach. And a whistle. Timeout for Bella Vista. Not a bad call here. They didn't really seem to be passing the ball around, which, you got a 9-1 lead. It's an opportunity to just use up clock. But now just maybe a little regrouping here. It is the last home game of the season, so obviously you want to go out on a good note and just kind of, I guess, regroup them right now.
Yeah, you see in the BV huddle right there, coach is giving direction. You can see there's, he was pointing on the ground before. Here's how to move. Here's how to hold your stick a second ago. Where to move, how to hold it, how to look, where to look, keep it hidden, get it high. So, yeah, I mean, there's coaching going on right here about, what to do next. And so that the timeout gives you the opportunity to do that. What is it? 6 minutes in the quarter, possession right here. Point to places. I mean, this is literal, direction here. Remind them, here's what we did in practice. Remember, you do this, you do that, you go here, you do that.
So when the season got near the end, and when you were coaching, obviously you could have your mindset on the next season and what you have moving forward. But what were your feelings? There was always kind of the I don't know, feeling a little bummed out because the season was coming to an end for that particular group, or what was going through your mind?
And don't forget the other side too. You've done this 5 nights a week since January,
right?
And so the idea that you could actually go home after, stay home after work one night, come home from work and actually just stay there. You haven't done that since January. And so there is that. There's also, too, you won't be with the guys.
Right.
You'll miss that. I know for me, too, what didn't I do? What could I have done better? And those really stick with you. And for everyone, that's, how you grow. You go, okay, what could I have done better? I could have done this. Well, next time I'm going to do that. So coaches, players, everybody, nice look.
That's a nice pass from Rishwain. Barrera has it. Loose ball now.
But also, too, in these moments, you're on this ground ball, right? Where we've got a guy on the ball, but where are the other guys? Where are my other guys? You're so in the moment I mean, the split-second moment of what's going on, that thought of afterwards really comes later, comes after.
Ashton Gottschalk, by the way, number 48 for Bella Vista, who's right around the ball right now, as they're trying to. One of these teams is going to ultimately control it at some point. He's another one, a sophomore who's had a really good, solid JV year. 37 ground balls coming into this game, and also 21 caused turnovers, which is third on the team. So some of these guys we're talking about where it wouldn't surprise us to see them on varsity, either they'll be on varsity next year, and Gottschalk is going to be a junior, so certainly his chances as a junior, if he makes it, I mean, that juniors usually wind up on varsity, but some could play JV. He's had a really, really solid year for Bella Vista this year. So.
Yeah, you're right. It's a next year decision, though. It comes down to what's the supply of players at your position.
Mm-hmm.
And like always, like any team, and you know, and here and there, maybe one guy doesn't come back, and then maybe a new guy shows up. Maybe some freshman phenom shows up who's in the 8th grade right now. That's
right.
A possibility too.
Somebody transfers in from out of state is another possibility.
Yeah.
They transfer within the section. There's the whole, I'll call it the Remy Gauthier thing, where you have to sit out a portion of the season before you can play. That's only your first season after transferring, and so you wouldn't want to transfer as a senior within the section.
I thought you were making a fashion reference. Right. So yeah, it's next year, and of course, what you can do to improve your chances with that is work hard right now and work hard in the off season as well.
And if you're not familiar, Remy Gauthier played for Rio last year. Is at Folsom this year after transferring, and had to sit out. It seemed like the first month of the season or something like that. But he has been playing lately.
Yeah, you know, St. Mary's doesn't have the goals tonight, but you know, as a team, and they've missed some balls, they've dropped some balls and that kind of stuff. But you know what? We're talking about the raw material here. It's there.
There's a flag down and a penalty is pending against Bella Vista.
They can get that. Oh, you got to hustle.
This is Barrera. Under 3 minutes to go. All Broncos tonight here in the JV game. Rishwain. Good defense there. Oliver Thompson forces him wide.
Oh, good stuff.
Tracy. Broncos trying to control this. Get that penalty called. Loose ball. Thompson finally comes up with it. So that's Mason Anderson that will be coming off with 2:21 to go. Broncos get their penalty kill unit on, to borrow the term from hockey.
So the last man up a while ago, last St. Mary's man up, they ran that play. They again have all their middies up high. There's no attackman behind. They're sort of in a 3-1-2, counting from the top, the Maryland way. Going to start outside the box. Remember that pass on the last one came from X. So if they're doing that again, they'll need to move somebody there.
And Rishwain makes his way to the X.
Everybody's high. One guy pops out, 4 come down. Same guy, 7.
Here it is.
There he is. He's there again.
This time Bella Vista closes the gap. Tracy wasn't able to take the shot that time.
Yeah, if St. Mary's had executed that a little quicker, they had him. They had him
now
open.
He will take the shot. Save, Liv Elliott. And he just slams that big fishnet goalie stick down on top of the ball. Lonnie trying to pick that one up for Bella Vista. And he finally does.
If he's still man down.
Lonnie with a bouncing shot. That one's going to go wide, and St. Mary's should have the possession here.
Now, a thing to maybe have practiced there is kill the penalty while on offense. Something they may need against Del Oro on Friday. Instead of turning it over, if you would have charted it out and made a plan, you go, when we're man down and we go on offense, we want to just kill the penalty.
By the way, for the game at Del Oro on Friday in Loomis, the JV squad is going to look to avenge a 6-1 loss that we had for you here at Bella Vista earlier this season.
And now St. Mary's is even. So St. Mary killed that penalty too. Stosh, switch left hand.
Score, Frankie Pellegrini! That is his second goal of the game and his second goal against St. Mary's. Second goal of the season, I should say, and his second goal against St. Mary's.
We'll have to watch him play. I'm not sure if he's left-handed or not, but he drove right, switched left, put a bounce shot in the goal left-handed. We'll have to see if that's his strong hand or his offhand.
So for Pellegrini, we mentioned his second goal of the year, as he also lighted the lamp, to borrow another hockey term, against St. Mary's on April 12th down in Stockton. So we mentioned the cloud cover, but overall it's turned out to be a really nice night. It was a clear night last night for senior night in for the girls. We got a nice shot of a very bright full moon last night. I don't think we're going to be able to get that tonight unless the clouds clear in the next couple of hours. As long as the rain stays away, I think we're good. Standbach was a little bit behind him. You get the feeling that Mr. Unknown, number 41 there, plays football.
Nice check. Yeah, he may. Good control of his body, kind of knows where to put it as well. And that's your
good footwork. Good footwork, too.
Yeah, your football references.
One of the reasons why I say that, not just because of the big body, but the I noticed with the footwork as well. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter here at Bella Vista, with the Broncos leading the Rams by a score of 10-1 as they wind down the JV schedule. And the great thing for Bella Vista is if they hold on and win, it would take quite a comeback for that not to happen. They will finish league play 4-3, so a winning record in league play. The JV squad last year was 7-5-1. So at least, and that's the overall record. If they're able to hold on tonight and also secure the win over Del Oro, then the JV squad will finish the year 9-7 and have a winning overall record. And at worst, they're going to have a 500 record, which I would say that has been a pretty good year for this team. Especially, there were a lot of new faces this year, as is usually the case with the JV squad. And how the season started out. I think we all remember that opening game against Rio, where it almost seemed like they needed to get a few games under their belt.
Yes, and they've also faced a couple few good teams as well. Mm-hmm. And so to come up with a record like that against that kind of competition, and then coming from where they started, both of those together, they should feel good. And so, again, finish this one out tonight, more the same tonight, and then, I think they're going to feel like they have a bigger test on Friday.
As you know, Whitney and Vista Del Lago and Davis and Jesuit, they all had JV teams. So the JV squad got to experience that realm as well. And that's a good thing if you have those teams in your league. Now, in terms of the varsity, if you constantly have those teams ahead of you, then your chance of getting into the playoffs, no matter how good a season you have, is going to be impacted. But it also helps with their development. And who knows, as you develop and get better and build the program, maybe one of these years, one of those schools could have a down year for whatever reason, and your opportunity all of a sudden may be there.
it's important to have mentors.
Yes.
And yeah, so seeing those teams, and then I tell you, the experience of being on the field, and you've been playing against your own self at practice, and you may be at one level, and then you go play another team at another level, and go, wow, look how fast that guy is. Look what he just did. What he did to me. I haven't seen that before. Now I have, and I can anticipate that in the future. A lot. You learn a lot playing against teams like that.
As we zoom in on the face-off circle, that wide shot that you just saw on the screen a few moments ago gave you a pretty good idea if you're outside the area and are watching the live stream here of what it is like. You could see the cloud cover and how the clouds are off in the distance, and then of course the sun is shining on the field right now. So who knows what the forecast has? I haven't looked at it, but that is what we've got here in Fair Oaks right now, weather-wise. Kind of an interesting shot that we just had you right before we got the fourth quarter underway.
There's a shot. Oh, that was a shot.
That's Ethan Tracy, who has the only goal for St. Mary's tonight. And maybe he was ready to wind up before the ball actually got in his control. Logan Donahue.
Nice grab. Backhanded grab.
Rishwain. Back to Donahue once again.
Now 5 there, just caught that ball facing right into the sun. I didn't think we were going to have the sun here today. It was cloudy a lot, but now the sun has peeked out. And you see their shadows when they look back at us, at the camera. They're looking right into the sun. Like that one.
St. Mary's taking their time. I mean, they're trailing 10-1.
Oh, they had him. The attackman had his back to the cutter right there. Nice
Still
grab.
the opportunity to find the opportunity. A bouncing shot from Donahue, and it bounces right over the goal.
He switched hands right before the shot. Stay in black.
See 42 and 32 there for Bella Vista. Those are the Elliott brothers. Again, Levitt's done a fantastic job in goal. That's Barrera that takes that shot. There's a flag down. And that was a good look for Brandon Barrera.
Penalty, Broncos.
That's on Ashton Gottschalk that will come off.
Would have helped for that driver to take, one more step. The goalie is big, and so when there's very little angle, the goalie's taking up a lot of goal. Another step would have helped, but a slide was coming, and I'm sure he saw that. And so that could be a tough decision to make. Do I take that other step and take the punishment, or do I let it fly now? But not a lot of goal open because the big goalie was taking up the whole place.
Ace Elliott coming off for Bella Vista as well. St. Mary's a man up. This is an opportunity for them to work on their man up situation. And as we talked about, the majority of the players on the St. Mary's JV squad are freshmen. So this is just the beginning of their varsity, of their lacrosse career in high school.
4 guys high.
And they all converge in. Here's Tracy once again. He's going to take the shot. That one deflects off the ankle. I think that one got...
that play creates a crowd down there. There's 8 guys right in front of the goal. And, so hard to find a spot to put it.
That got a part of the lower leg or ankle of Phoenix Brown. You could see him kind of shake it off a little bit. Rishwain, he scores. That's his second goal of the season against Bella Vista, as he scored in the first game as well. And it is now 10-2.
We've seen that before from our vantage point right here, looking over the shooter's shoulder, and he had some screen between him and the goalie. And again, good to put it on the ground like that. Hard for the goalie to react to. It was a good take. It's a man-up goal.
9:39 to go. We'll have the face-off at midfield, and Hardcastle.
He's got a guy on the crease.
And he's going to take the shot. Ned Elliott could not control that one. Has to get right back in front of the goal mouth.
Saw it was 7 who almost got it. 7 Black who almost got it. He should have fed him. That's something that just has to be drilled so that guys can recognize it when it starts happening. And, it can be hard.
And a whistle here.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's going black. I don't know why. But it can be hard to find the time to drill those special situations like just occurred there, that fast break. You know, if I was St. Mary's, they could run that same kind of play in an even set on a 6-on-6 here. That play where everybody comes down to the crease. I mean, it fooled BV that time again. Every BV guy was down just a few yards off the crease.
Broncos on the move.
That was a good look. That's a pass. Yeah. It's natural to chase those out. You know it's a pass, but it's just natural that that's such behavior.
And
just go chase it.
And that's not a bad thing.
Right?
You
don't know what the ref's going to call.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, you have it ingrained in your mind.
Right.
So when the shot is taken, you're also doing that. That was Max Posehn that tried to chase it down. Dylan Kearns given up 25 goals to Bella Vista this season, but still, he's made some incredible saves over the course of those 2 games as well. Kearns, by the way, the goalie, he's a freshman. Max Oseguera is the one that tracks that one down. Here's Gershwin.
10 on the crease. I say on the crease, he's 5, 6, 7 yards off, but you know he's inside.
Number 10, by the way, is Asen Hunt. There's Gottschalk.
Good check, 4-1. Good check by the post. Is that 7 BV?
Seapock.
Seapock. Good check to keep the long stick from getting it.
There's a shot for Bella Vista, a little too high. That's Hudson Sable that takes that shot. Good to see him get an opportunity there. Limited action this year. 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter, I should say. Seapock winds up on the ground. Dylan Kearns winds up with the ball. Thomas Lonnie doing the jumping jack defense. And Trent Sheridan.
BV just got onsides. Just barely got onsides. Good look. Excellent look. On the ground.
That's Lonnie once again.
He had the 5-hole. Goalie's feet were spread apart. That was the open spot. Down on the ground between the goalie's feet.
So that was a great job, by the way, advancing that by Trent Sheridan. And you're right, it timed out perfectly that they got back onside before he crossed midfield. Trent Sheridan poised to join the varsity next year. He actually got a late season call-up last year with the varsity.
Pick right. Do you really want to do that? Do you want to be the guy that has to pick him?
It was Aiden Hall for Bella Vista. Broncos will take the possession back. That's the St. Mary's coaching staff calling for the markup.
Yep.
There's a shot.
Would have been good to put that one on the ground.
That's Max Posehn that had a look there. 6:10 to go.
Now they call the moving screen. That one was better than most. Better than the earlier ones.
All right, well, it will go St. Mary's way as we reach the final 6 minutes of the home schedule for the Bella Vista Broncos JV squad.
Nice
Lonnie!
look. Oh, best look ever. Best look of the season.
And that is Thomas Lonnie on a feed from Max Posehn.
Did you see Posehn double clutch on the feed? He caught it. He cradled. He looked. He's going, and that cradle was, do I pass it here? No, I pull it back, and then he waited for that second. Lonnie was excellent timing on Lonnie's cut. Excellent timing for the pass relative to Lonnie's cut. Got Lonnie at the right time and place, and then a good shot. I mean, imagine if they could do that on many offensive possessions. that one looked nice.
Stetson Seepak will make his way to the face-off circle.
And that's the kind of look, too, you get at this part of the season. They've been working all year to get to that point.
False start here, and this is going to go Bruce Hardcastle's way. Leo Hansen coming on for Bella Vista. Rishwain for St. Mary's. St. Mary's again. We'll see if maybe they do that, that four-man convergence. They've run it a couple of times. They scored off it once, where they get everybody outside. Right now they're not lined up for it.
Yeah, they've only done it on man up.
We got a whistle here. The Broncos take possession.
That's going to be a penalty on the Broncos.
So we'll take a look for listen for the call. And that's Leo Hansen that gets that call.
So St. Mary's has a man starting behind the goal right now at X. That's not been their formation prior. Three guys up high. People are creeping down now. Tipped.
And that was Rishwain that had the shot tipped. St. Mary's will keep possession. We are at 4:38 to go in the home season for Bella Vista. Broncos at Del Oro on Friday to close out the regular season. And St. Mary's will be at Rio Americano. JV games for both teams will start at 5:30. Varsity games on Friday. Bella Vista's at Del Oro will be at 7:30, and St. Mary's at Rio Americano will be at 3:30.
15 seconds and a penalty. Sun.
Yeah, it sure looked like it. Didn't see that one till the last minute. So BV will take possession once again. Aaron Bryan getting ready to come on as the offensive unit switches on.
So something for the teams to grow into is the recognition that the sun is there, and that pass is going to be difficult. And so, you know, if you're down to the last seconds of a game or last 10 seconds of a game, we got to run a play. Oh, that play we can't make that pass, or that pass will be difficult. We might not want to do that. We might need to pass it the other direction.
Posehn behind the net, and Reynolds.
Tried to get that other pick, didn't get it.
Rishwain making his way back the other way. Almost forced out of bounds. And again, the sun may have affected that pass too.
Yeah. Pass was a little flatter, but still he's facing right into it. Yeah, that's the natural direction to pass it on this end of the field, because that's when the right-handers pass the ball around in the circle. It's counterclockwise, and so across the top, you're going to be passing to a guy who's facing the sun.
Tracy scored St. Mary's first goal.
This
here.
one too. Oops.
A little collision there. Screen out your own man.
You got to hustle off.
Mason Anderson.
Got to sprint. You got to sprint. Or down a guy.
Long legs, long strides there for Mason Anderson.
He lost his head.
He's very comfortable with the long stick as well. Posehn. Nice to.
He got his route altered by 42.
I have a feeling that a lot of people have had their routes altered by Christian Farrow.
And that's a great thing to have on defense.
Yes.
Yeah, when they're stout like that, you gotta love that. It's imposing. It's imposing when you're short stick and you come downfield, and that's who you got to face up against. You need to alter your game. 2 picks. Good defense.
Aiden Hall tries to get through everybody. And that is Heinitz that comes up with it.
Put the wheels on him. Good ball
Preston
handling too.
Heinitz. This is a Segura. And now Trent Sheridan for Bella Vista. Broncos looking to get in position.
Nice pass.
Right out there to Lonnie. Save Dylan Kearns.
Yeah, good shot, good save. You saw Lonnie do his feet. The way a quarterback would, hop, hop, and then fire that shot. So a good crisp shot, which would take a good save to get it, and he did it.
You're a student at St. Mary's, and you see Dylan Kearns at school tomorrow kind of limping around a little bit. It'll be because of shots like that.
Yeah.
But he's fine. There's a bouncing shot. And this is going to go St. Mary's way with 29 seconds to go in the ball game. Oseguera will go and pick up the ball for St. Mary's.
Got one here at 45-yard line.
And that is Mason Dunn is there, and also Rishwain. Rishwain has it. Now here is Mason Dunn. Dunn will wind up. And that one will bounce out of bounds with 12.2 seconds to go. And that was a shot. St. Mary's will keep possession. Everybody's alerted that it's 12 seconds. Broncos trying to force him out and not allow any kind of a shot here. 4 seconds to go. The Broncos started the season with a 10-2 loss here at home to Rio Americano. They finished the home season with an impressive 11-2 win over the Rams of St. Mary's. The Broncos improved to 8-8 overall. They will finish the league schedule 4-3 with a winning record. A successful lacrosse season with one more game to go at Del Oro on Friday. Impressive game today and an impressive run for the Broncos JV squad.
Yeah, they, that one pass, that one feed and shot we saw there was saying best of the season.
Posehn Delani.
Yeah, and that's where this is where you expect that. We've gotten this far in the season, and look at what we just saw. That was great.
Posehn has 2 assists tonight. There was the one to Seapuck as well, which was also a pretty nice pass, if we recall. And I want to say that on one of Posehn's goals, it may have come on a feed from Lonnie. I didn't make the note in my notepad here, but again, you just can't say enough of how this team responded. After the disappointing season opener. The very next week, they just trounced Christian Brothers. So it was a quick bounce back, but how that team really turned it around. And your protege, Zach Glenn, congratulations to him in his first season as the head coach of the JV squad here at Bella Vista. So great run. We see players shaking hands right now. Number 41 appears to know some of these guys as he's come over to talk to some of them, I think.
It's the summers allow guys to from all over the place to play together, and so that could be, or it could be anything else. The kids are so much more connected these days than they had been in the past, and there could be all kinds of connections. But great to see your pals on the other teams and go play against them, and beat each other up a little bit, and then have fun after.
Our thanks to Julie Tharolson and Stephanie DeGata for helping us out on the broadcast tonight. We're going to close this one out, and when we come back in a few minutes here on BV Lacrosse, brand new stream for the varsity game between the Rams of St. Mary's and the Bella Vista Broncos. 11-2 is the final score tonight. in the JV game, the varsity game to follow. For David Houseworth, I'm George.